oh my goodness, stress eating. Like, who doesn't do that from time to time? But if you're under it for a long period of time, could you imagine, all those good, delicious foods? This whole situation that's going on with COVID and work and the economy and all that kind of stuff right now has really reminded me that stress, we know, has a huge effect, or can have a huge effect, on our overall health. But as well, it can create some pretty significant changes in our mouths, which can affect our oral health. And of course, as we all know, everything in our mouth is connected to everything else in our bodies. So the first way in which we see our oral health changing, generally it has to do with the pH and the chemistry in there that's changing because of the stress. So a lot of people end up getting dry mouth, which can change the acidity in their mouth, leading to more inflammation and bleeding. Canker sores, increased levels of bacteria that can cause gum disease and cavities. And so it's really not a great situation to be under a whole lot of stress long-term for those reasons. The other side is behavioral and kind of like mechanical things that start to take place. So a lot of people also, when they come in, they say, oh, I've been clenching and I've been grinding my teeth and I've been super stressed. My dog died or I lost my job or whatever the reason is. And so I look in their mouths and of course their teeth are worn down. There's maybe some chipping and some cracking in their teeth. Their jaw joints, muscles in their face are sore. And it's really been this problem that's been plaguing them for quite some time. So if you imagine this being under stress for a long time, some people it's years and years and years. And it can have a really damaging effect throughout that time. So another thing, people tend to change their habits. The good habits that they had sometimes fall to the side. Great brushing and flossing habits. Sometimes people, if you're stressed, you just don't think about doing those things as much as you probably should. And then eating, oh my goodness, stress eating. Like, who doesn't do that from time to time? But if you're under it for a long period of time, could you imagine, all those good, delicious foods? Most of the time, they're really bad for your teeth. So it's easy for me to say, just don't be stressed. It's impossible. But, as you are, if you're under a lot of stress, just remember the basics. Just try and keep up with your brushing and your flossing. And if you're having any concerns about clenching or grinding or cavities or whatever, just let us know. We're here to talk about it. I might not be able to take your stress levels down, because I don't think any dentist can. But I can certainly keep an eye on all these other things to make sure you're in good shape long term.